Okay, so welcome to another show. Welcome to another Vibe with a Vibrant TV. So today, we are here to talk about all your bad characters. We are here to talk about all the bad things you do, tabling it as red flags. And to do justice to this topic, we have our own in-house supporter. He has been there for us, but today we have brought him to talk to you. Talking about Mr. China Acheru, who is a broadcast journalist, a sports journalist, and also an author. He's a father. He's a what now? He's everything. All right, Mr. China, welcome to Vibrant TV.
Finally, I'm here.
Yeah, finally.
I would like the whole world to know that for more than a year, I basically went on my knees begging her to be a podcast guest. Begging her.
My God.
Like there was money in it.
Try.
Or like, it's going to make my CV a bit better as I'm here. She refused. And when she got a hard topic that nobody could be her guest on that hard topic,
Chai.
she calls me and says, "Come and be my guest on this one."
What?
And you know I can't say no, so I'm here. Anyway, I'm here.
Yeah. Okay, but it's not okay. No, it's okay. It's okay. So now we're talking about all of those bad characters. Because okay, let's start with what's red flag, Mr. China. What's red flag?
A red flag is just a sign you see that tells you something will go bad eventually. Now, because people are young, we think that red flags are about relationships. It's not just about relationships.
Yeah.
Now, at my workplace, I'm the program manager of my station.
Okay.
I can get a new OEP. Does not do her show preps. These are things you're supposed to do. I could be an engineer on the site and the machine is going bad. I see it going bad. That's a red flag because it could crash one day and destroy the whole building. So a red flag is just a sign that something bad or something can go wrong. That's a red flag, yeah. But in relationships, it's same of the same. Red flag is just a sign that something will feel spoiled for front, right? Maybe like you are trying to suggest bad character. So bad character. Yes.
But really, I think that the word red flag started popping out when people are talking about relationships most of the times.
I don't agree. It's just that what topic would interest people of this generation more? Relationship or cyber tech? Relationship or financial matters? So a lot of people don't talk about relationships. So any lingo that is tied to relationship is going to be more popular. I think the term red flags has always been there. I use red flags. A football coach can have a player who will not pass the ball in training. That's the red flag. He's not going to pass in the game. So, but we like talking about relationship, man and woman matter. That's what we like. So, so I think it's there. It has been there all over. But in relationships, very popular because we love relationship talks.
All right. So talking about relationships, or let's even have you seen people who? Okay, do you think that red flags can be associated, first of all, with bad character? Do you agree that red flags can be associated with bad character? Or do you think that red flag is even bad character itself?
It is, listen, if it's not the same, right, then maybe there's just a thin line separating it. Because what are red flags? Controlling behavior. What are red flags? Poor communication skills or no communication at all. What are red flags? Anger management issues. What are red flags? Love bombing. These are still bad characters.
Is love bombing, is it a red flag?
Yes, it is. I just meet you decide to start dating and you won't let me rest. Every 10 minutes, hey, hello, hi.
How is it a red flag? I love you.
No, you can't do it every minute. You can't do it every 5 minutes. I need to breathe.
Hey.
I need to breathe.
Hey.
Yes, I need to breathe. It's a red flag. Love bombing is a red flag.
So what if you're this kind of person that you just want to be just want to be beside the one you love all the time? I don't know why I don't agree to that.
You can't be beside the one you love all the time, because even a husband and wife, right? The husband will go to work eventually, and he has to do office work. So every time his phone beeps, when he's thinking that maybe MD has sent a message or it's from the other department, he keeps seeing those I love you messages. No, over communication is not communication.
I think that for me, for this particular love bombing,
You're not gonna agree, right?
I'm not going to agree.
Why I tell you it is.
Because there are people who are, I think things like financial irresponsibility, always borrowing and begging, those extreme things.
And herein lies the problem, right? You want to talk about red flags and have an idea what you think red flags are. And when what you never thought to be a red flag comes up, you're going to find it difficult to agree with it.
Like love bombing.
It is. Oh yes, it is.
There are people
that we are dating doesn't mean I should not breathe.
You breathe now.
Why when I breathe? When every 5 minutes you're texting me.
But seriously, I think of all the list you've made, I don't agree to that particular one.
Yeah,
but
because you never thought about it.
No, not because I don't. Maybe
you didn't think about it.
No, maybe because there are men that are clingy, there are girls that are clingy. They just love it when it's you, and so they want to pour all their love, all their emotions on you. That's why I would not agree.
You still let the person breathe.
Oh well. Okay, so let's move on. There are people actually that they like people being around them. They want their women around, they want their men around. So I don't think, that's just the only one. The other ones I agree with you, but for this love bombings, I don't agree to that being a red flag. There are of course office backstabbers
but you know that
yeah,
both of us cannot be the same, cannot want the same thing. Now, if naturally I like to text my partner 3 times a day or 4 times a day.
Yeah.
Well, how are you doing? I'm fine. I hope you're good. 4 times a day. My partner wants to text 30 times a day. At some point, my partner will think I don't love her enough.
Actually.
So you see why it's not.
No, but
because you tend to want to judge people by your own standards, and your standards could be extreme. It's just like when you talk about an overbearing attitude, right? Now, the person who's a narcissist wants to lord over you. And he thinks that that's the right thing to do. In his mind, it's the right thing to do.
Okay, now this comparison is making me think, but then 50-50.
Okay, great.
50, because I don't like how you went to the other part of the comparison, but then I think I can agree right now. So, but let's move ahead. So are we finally saying that bad characters and red flags are not the same thing? Is that what we are trying to?
I think
so that we can have that
having to think about it. Critically, it's one and the same.
Exactly.
Yeah, because if you list what you call red flags, that's what you call bad character.
Okay.
So but it must be given a name to just lump everything under the term red flag. But
so there are people. I don't want to call them experts who actually believe that when people have red flags, when you see people who have red flags, you should avoid them. So if we are saying at this point that red flags and bad characters can be the same thing, it means that someone who you're seeing some red flags on can actually change. So why are we advising people? Avoid people, don't get into relationship, don't hire people who you're seeing probably an obvious red flags.
No. When I meet you for the first time and I see a red flag, first thing I should do is not to run away. I shouldn't run away. I talk it over with you.
Exactly.
Wait, we have to talk over it first. Then begin to draw boundaries. If, for example, I'm the type that wants you to I don't like you texting me 25 times a day. I say, hey, listen, I know I love you. I know you love me. I don't want to be with me every time, but in fact, I'm working. Can we do it 10 times a day or 5? We're going to talk over it. So that's why you talk over it. You see someone that has controlling behavior, wants to always know where you are, wants to read your messages. You talk over it. Now, for red flags or for bad behavior, some we can live with. And there are reasons why we live with red flags. There are lots of reasons why we live with red flags. When you ask me, I'll talk about that.
Let's talk about it. Why? Tell us some of the reasons.
There are different reasons people live with red flags.
Let's hear
some. Let me start with the women folk, and I'll go to the men.
Okay.
A woman could be probably a daughter who has been at home, as the white man would say, left on the shelf. She finally brings a man home. A man who shouts at her in public.
Okay.
But she's taking the man home to her parents. How does she end that relationship? Okay, I go manage him. She not just shout for me. Right? I go manage him because you need to get married. So that's the pressure you put on yourself. It could be a man that pays your bills. Oh, he just slaps you. What is there in his slap?
Oh my!
but he pays the house rent. He bought a car for me, so I could manage.
You can bear the slab.
Okay, so there are reasons, or probably I've had one too many relationships. I think I should settle down with this person. For a man, it could be there are different pressures or different things that could make a man say, okay, oh, she doesn't respect me. But in the other room, listen.
Are you serious?
Yes.
I thought respect for men are top.
I'm saying, listen.
People can
People are
actually
different,
make
yes.
decisions.
Okay, I don't like how she doesn't respect me. But listen, in the other room, so I will ignore that respect. So there are lots of things. Oh, she fine part for the area. All my friends are marveled when they see me with her, but she can't cook, or she whatever. So there are different reasons why people can say, okay, I can live with this red flag. And truth is that you can live with red flags if you think you can handle it.
But eventually,
yeah, some people manage it.
Wow.
Not all red flags are to that level where it becomes a life and death thing. There are some that you can actually handle. People that are married, you tell you in marriage, there's no perfect partner. But you manage, you decide to live together. It means that there's some bad characters in the marriage. They decide to live together. So there are some you can actually manage, but the whole idea, when you notice a red flag, you talk over it. You draw boundaries. Then when it still doesn't work, then it's your choice to say, look, I can't do this anymore. But for me, if there's a red flag you see that you can't handle, don't let any pressure keep you there. Just walk away.
What if because at the end of the day, while I had to bring in the comparison of bad character, is the fact that everyone has some bad character.
Yeah,
we all do, right? So
I know a lot of yours too.
You don't know of my bad.
I know a lot of yours.
Yes. Okay. So now, if we are saying, I've also heard people say, I don't know how I can act in this situation. I don't know what I can do in this situation. People are not so sure of themselves, what they can do or undo in a particular situation. I don't know if you understand what I mean. For example, if you get yourself, or if you see your wife probably sleeping with another man, you don't know exactly what you would do because you've not probably been in that situation. So it means that there are times when people would think, I can stay with this character, and then they eventually get to that point and they see that there are even things I don't know I can stay with, and I thought I could be able to stay. Do you get that?
Listen. By the time you get to marriage, what I would say is that you bought the ticket, you know what you are getting into, so live with it. Now, there's hardly any red flag. We are going to marriage now that you see in marriage I didn't notice earlier. These flags are there for us to see. We ignore it for many reasons. It's close to my wedding. What do I do about it? Oh, I've taken him to my family.
But if somebody sees a red flag close to the wedding, do you subscribe? They walk away.
I might have to give that kind of.
No, we're just talking.
No, listen, the point I'm making is this, right? When I've seen a wedding that was called off at 10 a.m.
because
caterer don't bring cake. People were already there.
Okay.
But the woman noticed something and said, no, I can't do this.
On the day of the wedding.
The day of the wedding, yes. Committee of friends for the guy just shared the drinks among themselves and everybody went home. No joke. So, listen, because, if you think you can't live with that for the next 10, 15, 20 years, why go into it? People in this part, because we are so religious, we say the Lord your God hates divorce. Marriage is for a lifetime.
Better for worse.
Better for worse.
So the worst is the rest.
Once you say I do, we believe it's forever.
Yes.
So if you see something that you cannot do a forever with, why go into it? That's my thought. Why go into it?
So if we go in this way, I think that's why probably the divorce is on the high. Because, for example, I think people behave better in offices. If someone misbehaves in an office, you can caution that person, give the person a query.
Yeah.
The person behaves well, right? If he's in the church, they give you back seats in quotes. You see how they mend their ways. People behave better in other areas, but when it comes to marriage and relationships, it seems like they unleash every bad, I don't want to say evil, every bad thing in them. It's as if they unleash it, and I'm wondering why. Because we just gave a clear example. People behave, if your staff misbehaves, you give him a clear.
I think marriage and office are two different things.
No, what I'm saying is it not still the same red flags?
Listen, you talked about how they unleash bad character in marriage and
yes,
they behave a bit, at the office.
Yes, or in church or any other
marriage,
place. Yes.
A man can feel I married this woman.
Mm.
I pay the bills.
Mm.
So she can get out if she wants.
Mm.
He behaves how he wants. He goes out home, comes in late, carries girls around, and all that stuff. He can feel that way.
Yeah.
A woman can also feel, what's the worst that can happen? I'll go back to my father's house.
Okay.
They can feel that way. But at work, you know that if you lose your job, you're not going to get funds.
If you lose your marriage, will you get funds?
I just give an example now.
Okay.
A man can feel, if I kick her away, there are 20 other girls I can marry. A man can feel that way.
Okay.
A woman can also feel, my papa don't push me from house.
Okay.
I'll go back to my father's house. They have that's the attitude they married. But at work, if I lose this job, I'll get another one. So people behave a bit better in the office. They don't want that query. They don't want that suspension. But these days, people see marriage as a carefree thing. After we started, we can end it. There are many people out there that want me. And that's one attitude that people, especially in today's generation. In my parents' era, they didn't do love. Oh. My mother told me once that she didn't even love my father. My father said the same, I didn't even love your mother. We didn't even know who we were. We learned to love each other. But today, you go Chicken Republic. You buy pizza, you buy shewu. Well, you've not won her heart yet. Because if you buy one meat pie, somebody has bought shewu. If you buy shewu, person don't carry go Lagos or Dubai. So we try to impress. But in those days, there was more tolerance. I'm talking about my parents' era.
Yeah.
My dad passed on 4 years ago. He was 83.
Wow.
So I'm talking about how old he was. My mom is 76 now. Now, it was a bit different. A lot of them were arranging marriages. A lot of them. We didn't have to speak too much English. No WhatsApp message at night. No.
How will you sleep without talking to me, by the way?
What I'm saying, I'm talking about those messages with craft.
But
those
it's important
sweet,
now.
Sweet nothing.
It's...
But I'm saying errors have changed. That's what I'm making. Errors have changed, right? So these days, we make a lot of efforts to get your attention. But between both of us, we feel, I'm saying we now, like we feel that, after all I got it, I can get another one. That's why this is...
That character alone is also a red flag.
Yes, it is. So, but in the workplace, people know that things are a bit difficult. If I lose my job in the bank, if I lose my job in the radio station, if I lose my job at that oil company, how soon can I get a new one? So once you get that first query, you sit up.
So that means people should be able to... That means people don't take relationships and marriages very seriously. That's what it means.
Like, listen, as the ages go down, the less important these things are to people.
Okay.
I'll tell you something. I might just debate it. I'll tell you something. A friend of mine, he's out of the country now. We were talking some years back, and he said there's an intern at his office, female. He was just chatting with her. He was chatting because he wanted to be friendly. He had nothing whatsoever in his mind, just chatting.
Okay.
She looked at him and said, "Do you want to sleep with me?"
Okay, she just wanted to find out.
He went, "What's this?" He said, "Look, I'm Gen Z. We do what we want. If you want to tell me." No. Hold. I'm trying to get somewhere. And he now told her, say, when I was your age, to do this thing was like a project. It didn't come easy for us. You're going to call your friends, say, guy, see that babe, how you go do that? Your friends are planning with you. Or when you see her, you tell her, I like your dress. Okay, what if she says, my dress is not fine anyway? What do you tell her? Oh, I like your perfume. So you plan these things. But Jency said, this, if you want to tell me, we'll do it. So things are taken less and less seriously as the age goes lower. And that is like marriage. People don't take marriage seriously. They don't. What is marriage? I like you, I want to marry you. We're going to see our parents, we live in the same house. We are tired, we walk away from each other.
That's what they've turned it into.
Exactly. So it might be a red flag in itself, like you said, but I think it's about exposure. So I want to blame social media. Everybody blames social media these days.
But actually, yes.
Everybody blames social media these days.
I will also agree to that.
People don't take those things seriously. Yeah, maybe it's a red flag in itself, but that's what we have found ourselves right now.
Jeez.
What are you thinking? Are you in a school of thought?
Actually, yes, I am actually in a school of thought, because I'm just thinking, if this is what it has boiled down to, why do people even go into it in the first place? Because
relationships or marriage?
Yes, because why do I have the intention that, I mean, why do I want to start up something with you and I don't intend to continue?
I was in New York for the past 2 weeks, right? Or 9 days in New York. I met a young man in New York who's actually from Port Harcourt, from Rivers State, but I met him now. We are just talking, and we got to that kind of discussion, and he said, "Sir, I don't intend to get married." I said, "Really?" He said, "Yes." And I went, "So what, do you want to have kids?" He said, "I have 2 already with 2 different women. I need to have 2 more with 2 other women. Don't intend to get married." So, like I said, as the ages go lower, people don't care about. There are things that seem like principle, that things like, sacred grail for us, holy grail for us, from our grandparents down to our parents down to us. But still, this generation, they don't care. They take life as it comes.
But let's go a bit personal. Personally, how do you deal with red flags on people?
Before now, I used to manage red flags. I will manage a red flag.
You can manage anybody.
Yes, I will manage a red flag. But in the past 5 years of my life,
you don't have strength.
I just need to see a red flag from 2 kilometers away, and I'm out of there. I don't even have time to discuss it with you. That is me, yes. You see, this like our life is short. I want to be happy for the rest of my life. I want to live a peaceful life. So if I meet someone, whether male or female, that will stress me, I'll go away to look for someone that will not stress me, or go to a place where I'll just be happy with myself. So how do I deal with red flags these days? I walk away as fast as possible. That may not be advice for everybody.
Yeah.
I walk away. But the general advice, first talk it over. Draw boundaries if you can. When it doesn't work, then it's your choice. Can you handle it? We can handle some things now.
Yeah, we can.
If we're talking relationship now, if it's the partner that steals, that picks your stuff, okay, so now we are in the same house already.
That one is not really a red flag.
But some people can't handle it.
Like, I cannot pick if you drop, like, let's say 20,000, I cannot just pick it up and
20,000. I call you just picking it up.
It's a weird
20,000 just picking it up.
But we're in the same house. I'm just giving an example.
20,000 just picking it up.
It's just an example.
I thought you say 1,000 or 500 naira.
Those ones are. I'm just giving an example as well.
Whole 20k just.
So
picking it up.
what kind of stealing are we talking about?
That's just one example. So I'm saying
because if I take 1,000 naira, that's just taken.
There are some red flags that you can deal with. Okay.
Yes.
I've met women whose partners beat them.
That's a banner. That's not a red flag.
And I'm saying, but why? You know the response I get? This guy loves me, he's correcting me. What do you do with a person like that?
He's correcting her.
Yes. What do you do? How do you handle a person like that? So she probably can deal with that kind of behavior.
Yeah.
Yeah, but 8 out of 10 women can't deal with it, so they walk away. So there are different characters you can deal with. And the fact that I can deal with one, there's somebody you can. So there are no rules about it. So you meet somebody, you notice red flag, and you notice, okay, let's use bad character. You notice bad character. Can you deal with it?
There are some, like you said,
if you can deal with it, then it's your choice to stay. But if you can't, please run as fast as you can.
Until we come your way next week for another explosive edition of the Vibrant TV Talk Show. Stay vibrant, and stay vibrant.